So you know I got to lean in.
What's up, everybody? It's me again, and it's time to lean in, bitch. We're here for the Real Housewives of New Jersey, season 12, episode 6. And I'm just gonna say this episode was probably one of the most boring episodes I've seen in a while on any franchise. I mean,
any franchise.
I could not stay focused for nothing. I had to keep rewinding and just to kind of get something to talk about. Look at Danny. Danny says it all.
that's how Danny was watching.
He looked to the side like, child.
Sorry,
like,
I was looking at.
Please don't call my name. Please don't call my name.
All right.
Hey, Chase. And yeah, so I was gonna say, well, how y'all doing? First of all, did y'all get anything from the episode at all? No. What did y'all?
I think I got a collective like 12
time.
minutes.
I was just folding clothes and everything else.
Everything, child. Everything. I started to go in there and fleet us. I said, let me go fleet us. I don't know. I'm so bored.
Not just fleeting for entertainment.
Child, just because, you know.
Just because.
Yeah,
you never know.
But, I mean, last week's episode and the last 5 episodes actually have been really good. Last week was a really good episode. So I guess they can slow it down for a little bit. Every season can't be, you know what I'm saying, the way, fully like that. Actually, have to have some fillers. This is definitely a filler. And so we'll just talk about it. Of course, before we get started, don't forget to hit the like button to support the channel and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already to get notifications. Also, before I get started, I posted this yesterday, and I'm glad he's here. Chase, our very own, did an interview with Cynthia Bailey, and so that is going to be premiering tomorrow. I think he said 8 Eastern. For the reality rundown. It's another, I don't want to say vlog, but it's another platform that does a lot of reality TV coverage. He's a host over there. And so that interview airs tomorrow. So definitely, Chase, if you're in the chat, put the link in here. And so I can put it on the screen. But yeah, and I'll put it in the description too, so we can go support that. That's a really big thing because you know Cynthia Bailey, Miss Cheekbones, honey, she stay booked, and I mean she may not be on Housewives, but she anymore right now, but she is definitely like a big deal. So kudos and congratulations to Chase on that. Antonio said Chase is very rich, but Antonio did he still say he's the highest paid. But I think you know we talked about that today that there's a new highest paid.
We talked about that this morning.
But yes, put the link in there, Chase. Okay, so let's talk about this boring episode, child. So last week we left off with the pink party that Jen was not invited to, or I guess she kind of didn't go. I don't know if she was not invited necessarily or she didn't want to go, but it wasn't in her best interest to go because the last time we saw Jen with Melissa, she grabbed on her, Melissa charged her, all that happened, and she also called what's his name, Joe, a
bitch girl,
a little bitch girl, right?
Little bitch girl.
So at the end of this episode, you had Melissa and Joe and Tracy, you know, challenging and questioning Teresa's loyalty for hanging out with Jen. And I thought things were going to escalate a little more with Tracy, but it really didn't. You know, at least not from what I thought. Teresa storms off talking to Louis. Joe follows her, and so it sounds like Teresa is actually considering trying to like not talk to Jen, but kind of distance herself to please Joe, because you got Melissa over there doing all this and Joe doing all this. And I know we've said this last week. I think Chase may have said it too, that you know what I'm saying, like everyone expects Teresa to be loyal to them, but she is not. They're not loyal to her. And so I agree, but I definitely agree in this moment just because I feel like, you know, Melissa, honestly, I feel like the way that Marge is coming at Teresa, Melissa and Joe should definitely check her about that, but they're not checking her about it because they're doing the same thing. And so it's actually very hypocritical that they want this loyalty from her, from Jen.
Yep.
But I'm just very surprised that the person that's really advocating this, which is really proving Jen to be right, is Joe. Because Joe is spearheading this whole Jen is a bad person. I've never really we've seen a lot of husbands get in men's business. I mean, a lot of husbands get in women's business, but I've never really seen a husband really, really, truly go in like Joe is campaigning.
Yeah.
It's almost like he wants to be like, get her off the show. Like, get her off the show. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. That's my thoughts. So what were y'all thoughts on this whole segment and how they've handled it and just this whole situation here.
I understand on every franchise there's going to be alliances, but I think that where this alliance is heading against Jen, it's not fun to watch.
Yeah.
Strictly because I think Jen has garnered herself a lot of sympathy from people whose spouses have cheated, and they're like, nobody sees that Jen's in the wrong about the way that she's reacting to Marge and Melissa and all them. The way that they continue to gang up and then are trying to like guilt Teresa into being on their side. You're right, it's hypocritical. Joe and them were hanging out with Kathy, Wakili, and all the Manzos and everything, and didn't bat an eye. So I don't think that they have any leg room to stand on. The men, part of the reason why Jersey has worked is because the men have genuine friendships, but have stayed out of women's business for the most part. But Joe Gorga has kind of spearheaded getting involved in shit in the last like 2 or 3 seasons, and it's kind of culminated with this season. It's weird. It's odd. Like, why are you so concerned with what this lady is doing? Like, let your wife handle that. Support your wife, but like, why are you holding dinners to like try to bash this lady? Like, go do something. Go remodel that broke down house you got. Damn.
Danny, anything to add?
I mean, Jamie really summed it up. I mean, Joe's just, this whole, I know it's skipping, but like that whole scene, like how he said the husbands get involved and everything, like that whole scene at the end was so cringy to me. Like, I was disgusted with the husbands for any first time, set of husbands. I was really disgusted with all of them.
Mm-hmm.
And just
Joe, it's extremely hypocritical. Joe, and for Teresa to be his sister, I'm just like, do you not see yourself? Do you not see what you're asking of her? You are not giving the same thing. But I think it's gonna come back on once Teresa watching this back, coming at reunion. She gonna get him. She gonna get him and Melissa.
Yeah, I also think that Joe don't go in and say that Marge was wrong, because Joe and Marge's husband, they like to stir the pot a lot together.
I've noticed that about the Joe, Marge.
The two Joes.
He loved her.
The other Joe is real messy.
He messy. He a messy.
He real
girl.
Slick with it. He real
slick
like,
with it. But he
makes it conversational to where you don't realize he passing along.
He's the male Heather Gay. Very sneaky with it.
I mean, he honestly do. I feel like him and Marge are perfect for each other, because I mean, I do like Marge, but he is doing the exact. We're gonna talk about it more in that last scene, but that's where it was like, I was like, okay, is this Marge or is he Joe?
He's so good at it. I feel like he tells her what to say to the girls.
I don't know.
I know once those cameras leave, the two of them just sit around and gossip and key and talk mad shit about this cast together. I know they pour themselves a glass of wine. She picks out his clothes for the night, and they sit together and they talk shit. I know for a fact that little man messy. And I used to love it, but it's kind of gotten to that point where it's like, all right, let's reel it in a little bit. Like, it's we're not watching for the husbands. Like, reel it in.
Look at shit. They said it's almost as if he told Marge that Evan was cheating on Jackie.
Yes.
I mean,
you know what? You may be on to something. I'm just saying, it looks really crazy.
I mean, that's what they said last season, where they heard it from the husband. And I don't put it past
you. Have to remember, they sit at that table, and Marge, he's the one who actually brought it up, talking about he heard Marge and 10 other girls talking about it.
Yeah,
you ain't heard that. You and Marge was talking about that.
Gossip, just like
exactly.
Okay. And then we see a conversation between Teresa and Marge. Marge brings up the Louis stuff again, and Teresa says that she's never seen the video, and neither has Gia. And I'm just like, man, wait a minute.
Hold on a second. 2 episodes.
Man, wait a damn minute. Do you think she's seen the video? She just talking. I think she's
seen that damn video. She watched it with Gia. They both sat up there and watched that damn video. I'm sure. That video ain't hit the internet. And Teresa just did not care to go see what was going on.
Gia has seen it. I know Gia has seen it. She probably told Gia, "Don't talk about this damn video. You can do whatever you want to talk about, but don't talk about this video on this show." I know for a fact. I feel like Gia has seen it, and I mean, she's on social media. I mean, and I don't know, but I mean, he's dating her whole mama. So just saying, her whole daughter.
Gia is super protective of her mama. Gia is very super protective of her mama.
All the daughters see.
Right. Okay.
It's just so weird. Like it's a non-starter. It should have been one conversation. Like I can understand y'all laughing about it, but the fact that they're trying to really push it home that it's some big scandal or whatever, I'm like, this just feels really weird. Like Marge, you're under the guise, and I love Marge. You're under the guise of like I'm concerned for Teresa, but I haven't seen any concern at all. I've just seen
Just
an
gossip.
attempt to like embarrass her and to gossip. Like you want to get you in a gotcha, Teresa. See, and I told you, and it's very weird. I think Marge has spent the last couple of years really building up like a fan following to her being messy and a shit stir, and it's kind of gotten to the point where, baby, she ain't thinking before she does some shit, and it ain't gonna.
Very
This
Lisa
season's not gonna end well with her. Very Lisa. It's not gonna end well for her. She needs to take a step back.
Now, how y'all feel about Marge mama talking about the video?
Oh, that lady's face.
Well,
she seemed more concerned than Marge.
yes, I was gonna say she seemed more genuine, and Marge is the one bringing it up. Marge putting her mom in that position to get red.
Yeah, I was like, damn, the mama talking. I'm like, Marge is talking about it. Marge literally is going around the city with a megaphone and saying, y'all watch this video.
That's anybody.
That's
she knows damn well. She knows her mama's not on the internet. Her mama ain't never seen that video before.
Girl, her mama be in that phone like this.
The jitterbug phone.
You hit it on the head. I'm surprised she
have it all up to her face.
Hey, did you see the video with Louis? I'm surprised she didn't stop the server and say, "Did you see the video with Louis?" Like she's telling everyone.
Yeah,
like, she's really on the campaign. It's very obvious this season. She is on the campaign against Teresa. Like she's on the campaign. It's just there's no way around it. Trout mouth is out for her.
I can't figure out what that is stemming from because I thought that they ended on a fairly not the best of notes last season, but I thought that they were like in a good place. So I really don't know.
What else does Marge have going on? What else?
That's what TKC just said. I just want to know what's Marge's storyline.
Yeah.
I mean, she could have done fine with the Jen beef or whatever. Marge is gonna find something, but I just don't really understand.
That's just
a mouth surgeon. That should be her. That should be her storyline. A mouth cosmetic surgery.
Ooh. That's so rude. Her mama got the same mouth though.
You know what? It's a little different. Her mouth goes a little more. It's more
like mouth go a little more like this.
Yeah, it go
a little bit like this.
Her mama younger than Marge.
They look the same age. I was looking like, man, wait a damn minute. Wait
a damn minute. Who's big Marge and who's little Marge?
I don't know which one is big or little Marge, but they look about the same age. I'm not going to. Okay. So then, there's a scene where Joe is talking again, and she's talking about she's appropriate.
Okay.
Joe is talking about, that Bill should basically check Jen, or he hasn't called and apologized to him. And I'm just like, at this point, Joe, you like again, you're showing you're too involved. And I feel like the only cast that I feel like never get in the women's business ever that I've ever seen was Married to Medicine. Those men do a really good job of staying out of everything, and they wouldn't be going at it.
Well, they got this close. Remember on the boat on first season when Contessa's husband got up to do something, and they pulled him back and said, "No, we don't get involved."
No, but Eugene got into it with somebody.
Well, Contessa's husband, aka
that was season 1.
Aiden.
Who?
Eugene and Aiden be ready to buck. They don't care who it is.
Aiden.
Oh, Aiden.
His little comb over was ready.
Dead.
Really, it's honestly, it's only the Beverly Hills franchise. Their husbands barely show up for filming.
Goodbye, Kyle.
Well, no, never mind. Lisa Vanderpump.
Yeah, exactly. Never mind.
Ken, right. Let's not act like that didn't happen.
Ken was messy.
Right. Okay.
I mean, Joe does get more airtime than Melissa.
Yeah, I mean, he getting more airtime than damn near Teresa too. I mean,
and Delores.
Then everybody, he is like they put him in the damn opening show of the show.
I'm just so tired of him already.
He's doing a lot. I can't get with it, and I don't know what he expects of Bill. I mean, I think Bill should. The way I wanted Bill to react, Joe really wouldn't have liked it. I would have wanted Bill to get all involved and be like,
absolutely,
and more so protect Jen despite all what's going on. You know what I'm saying? But So yeah.
The only one who
Even
should be mad at
despite
Bill
it,
is Jen.
he should be protecting Jen because of what's going on. He started, he's the one who gave the reason for this to happen.
Very much so.
I was surprised that Joe was that bold to feel like he should have had my back against his own wife. Like it
I was gonna say that's his own wife.
Your wife got up and charged her, Joe. Your wife,
and that's what I'm confused about. Like
in her house.
Well, so Joe is mad at Joe is more so mad at the crook comment still, clearly. Because that's what resonates in his mind, that she said that, you know what I'm saying? And then she called him a bitch because he didn't even mention the fact that she called him a bitch. He ain't mentioned it at all. Yeah. It's more so the crook thing, and I guess kind of the fact that she grabbed Melissa, but Melissa shouldn't be getting up like that, child.
He felt that truth to
it. Melissa hit dogs holler, and Melissa acted the same way when Teresa said she used to be a dancer. Melissa carried that for an entire season. So hit dogs holler. If it doesn't apply, you're not going to have that much of an emotional reaction. I can see getting upset and be like, yo, it doesn't happen. But like anybody can search for Google and see liens and levies and complaints on his business. Like where there's smoke, there's fire, baby Joe. If I was you, I wouldn't be making a big deal about it. And I want this comment to go the fuck away. I wouldn't be bringing it up every week.
Very much. You tried to say she made him lose a big business deal, but I mean, I feel like that little comment. Instagram
post, what about buying that pizza? Was it pizza?
Okay, one, and I didn't even know she posted. I didn't even know she posted that on Twitter till it got brought up this season. Like,
who follows her?
Right? What reputable businessman is going on Melissa. To Jen? No, Jen is going on to Jen's Twitter page people, to be like.
There are people out there that scout these posts and stuff like that, and we're gonna talk about it some more because that's reputable businessmen. So really quickly, the house that they're gonna build into their home. I think you like the house, right, Jamie?
For the first time in housewife history, I have seen a home worse than Giselle's, and that says
but barely
something. Like this is the ghetto.
Jamie, you can't say that.
Hold up, now what's
it? But no, for the first time, I would have preferred to see Neverland, sticks and grass and dirt, before seeing that.
You know what? That's honestly what I thought of, and I was like, "Ooh," because honestly, I thought that they were buying this house to fix it up to rent out. Like, I didn't realize they were buying it to live in it as their forever home. And she's like, "Oh my God, look at this backyard." I'm like, "Bitch, look at it. It looks awful. It looks terrible."
And that's the one that they bought right next to Teresa's old house, huh?
Oh my God, where was it? The pool house?
What area
because
is
Teresa's house? Franklin Lakes. That's an affluent area. So what the fuck is this? What happened?
I don't know.
And then you have the audacity to film in front of that pool, the green pool with slime in it. You have the audacity to set up the camera there.
That house is going to be called the Gorga Garage. That's it.
The Gorga Swamp. The
Gorga Grotto. Oh, that's horrible.
The Grotto.
I don't know what's going on. It was, I know, I'm sure it's going to look nice. I can't wait to see what it looks like in a few years.
I do think it's going to end up nice, though.
Well, they're not going to be able to afford it in a few years. They're going to have to sell it.
Well, they might. But with the fact that she said that when they came outside, they would still be in the kitchen, I was like, I honestly want to see. I'm not going to knock it. It looks terrible right now, but I want to see it. It does look awful.
Well, if it's a lien, they can't sell it.
Huh?
If it's going to be a lien on it, they can't sell it.
Look, they're really confident that they're going to stay on this show long enough for us to see the finished product.
Pink Dynamite said it makes you wonder they are going broke. No, because I just don't. I think about as many seasons Melissa had been on and Joe, they should have been able to get them a nice little house, and it should have been built from the ground up, not broken down and built up. I'm just saying.
Listen,
but hey,
Joe's in construction. You can't build a home. You got to.
He built the last one. That's probably what I got to get the hell up out of there.
It's not up to code.
Okay, so let's talk about this right here with Jen. So Jen and Delores and her daughter. I like Jen's little daughter. That's her oldest, right?
Her. Gabriella.
She looks so much like Jen, and I don't know how old she is, but how old is that daughter?
I think she's 13 now. Like she just entered high school.
Okay. I thought she was a little older. Actually, she seems a little older, but they're doing boxing and kickboxing or whatever. And basically Jen and Delores are talking about the whole affair thing. And Delores asks some pretty good questions, I thought. She's asking her, is she mad at Bill? Like, how is she with Bill? She's asking about the affair. And Jen has already said, even in like outside of the show, that her children found out about it in an article or something like that. But Jen is kind of blaming everything on Marge, that it's Marge's fault that it's out. I can't really.
Bill's fault. It all goes back to Bill.
Yeah, I don't really think she can. I mean, she can. I don't agree with that personally. I feel like she is finding every way to blame someone, and she is not giving Bill. I'm not saying she had to give him the heat or the fire, but realistically, it was 10 years ago, so I guess maybe over it. But I feel like some of this it's just misguided, anger. That's what I feel like. And blame.
Get it. And I agree and I don't agree because it happened so long ago and none of us knew anything about it until Marge started speaking on it. So maybe that's what she's saying, but she definitely needs to be holding Bill's ass to the fire. And I think that's why she's going so hard on Marge, because she feels like she can't do it to Bill.
Yeah. And I mean, they nailed it in the conversation. She said, I made a choice to forgive him. And now what do I have to do other than move on?
But
she
can. She really does. But I mean, to be honest, I love Marge, but that was seeing her daughter get visibly upset about talking about it and having to that sucks like that. And I get it on these Housewives shows, whenever you're in the middle of shit, like everybody says stuff, everybody brings up people's dirty laundry. But when it involves kids, that's where I'm kind of like, oh.
Well, it didn't involve kids. The kid, I mean,
it affects the kids. It affects the kids.
I can't stand Jennifer, but I will say that she appears to be a damn good mother.
Absolutely.
Oh yeah, I agree.
But also, if you see, it seems like she's, how they say sometimes you mirror how your parents handle things or, or mimic, because she sat there and said her mother's not going to even be mad at Bill. Her mother's going to be mad at Marge. So it's like she's adopting that same mindset. It's kind of rubbed off.
Yeah.
And everybody keeps saying, Marge might be the reason on the show, but it's still all Bill's fault because he gave something to be talked about. I'm sorry.
But let me say this though. So do we really? So when right? Yes, some people are saying that it's Marge's fault. When they were filming this show, did this come out? Because I didn't hear it again.
So what Jen said was that somebody tried to blackmail her and sent the article to her and said, or one of her kids or something, and said, we're going to release this. And they wanted something or whatever, but it didn't make a splash. I heard there were rumors about somebody, his husband having an affair before the season started, but it never really gained any traction from what I could see. It didn't go anywhere.
I just feel like, if you have kids and you're on reality TV, I mean, you kind of damaging them anyway. I mean, just think about all the stuff that happens.
Yeah.
Like, this is just cheating. What about when old girl said that Candy was drugging people?
Well,
and I'm just saying,
I also look at it like this too. Okay, this rumor might be affecting them, but do I also want to see how much my mother acts like an animal sometimes when she's
right? That's what I'm saying. Like, it's like these kids they're watching this stuff. So whether it's cheating or whether it's them throwing a glass or going off, it's all like
passing out at a party, drunk.
Yeah, right. Right.
Almost every season.
Right. I'm saying, like, so I get it. It's family. But it's just like
hit it on
reality TV. So
the biggest place for this is that Jen never dealt with it. She brushed the rug and her feelings,
and that's why she's so flustered with it now. Because
that's the
only thing. The only thing Marge did was rip the scab off a very deep wound that hadn't fully healed yet because she wasn't
and gave exposure to it.
And she's mad. She's mad. She has a right to be upset, but I honestly think that baby. I mean, maybe not even with Bill. It's 10 years later, baby. At this point, you're gonna be mad for something 10 years ago. Like if you want to be upset about the situation, be upset. Go to therapy, talk to your husband. But at that point, you did make a decision to stay with this man. So if somebody found out about it and said it, like
say that, Antonio.
I don't know what to say.
Yeah. Okay. And that's a good comment too, Antonio. Just because Jen didn't tell everyone doesn't mean that others didn't know Bill worked with his mistress.
Yeah. Apparently, according to Marge, it was a well-known
but I guess he said what, Jamie?
according to Marge, it was a well-known secret, like in the community. There, like people knew.
Yeah, but I believe
what
that
was going
Bill
on.
probably told the guys during guy talk, and Marge's husband told her.
I really think that messy man told Marge.
Can
Okay.
you wipe Chase comment off the screen?
Contessa.
Chase will never let Contessa make
would-
it.
There go
Never
that.
let her make it.
There go that.
Okay, so then Jen does feel like Bill should stand up for her a little more, which she said last week. And then Delores basically is done talking, but she gets a call that her mother has to have a triple bypass or whatever. So that's
Needed one at the table.
huh?
I thought she needed one when she went visiting Delores. She didn't look good at the table. Like her mother looked like she was struggling. Like
She
said
looked like there was some
Yeah.
struggle there.
yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't really.
And
I
that's why
wasn't watching that scene. I watched it, but I kind of went to the back when I saw that it was her and her father.
Dolores said, "Girl, you eating cookies for breakfast? This is what we're doing." Cookies?
It wasn't
And
her
she told her, I
tone
want you to
when
go a
she
day without
said-
eating the cake. The mama said it ain't gonna happen. And that
Yeah, and when she was when she was talking about doing her test and her checkup and all that, you could tell she sounded worried when she was saying it, like she already knew there was something to worry about.
I
Like,
got worried when she said she go once every 3 years. It's like she doesn't look like she's
Like,
in
every 3
condition
months.
to be checked on once every 3 years.
Okay, she's 70.
Maybe every
like
6
because
months.
Dolores.
Yeah, but
50?
every 3 years.
Older people should go like every 6 months to the doctor.
And her age as well, yeah.
yeah.
And then compound the fact that you're eating what you're eating. Like, oh, baby girl, I'm surprised you haven't had a heart attack yet.
I don't want to
And
talk
did Dolores ask that lady if she ate chocolate eggs? When she said she had eggs for breakfast, and she said, "Was it chocolate?" Is that what she asked her?
Is that a real thing?
I didn't know
But
chocolate.
the Cadbury eggs, like the candy eggs from
Oh,
Easter.
okay.
That's what Dolores
Oh,
said.
okay.
Okay, I'm like,
Not like
what?
put chocolate sauce on the egg.
Maybe I'm like,
Oh,
what the hell?
That's what I was thinking. I was thinking she got it bad.
I thought that's what I heard. I was like, okay, chocolate eggs. Man.
They live different in Jersey. They live
No
different
way.
in Jersey.
And then we get to this little dinner, this messy ass men's dinner. They give the men's a whole scene. And I missed this. Y'all gotta help me because I missed what the joke was. I guess whatever Joe said to Bill. Did he say like fuck off or something like that? Playfully. Fuck you. Okay.
He said it was playing, but he wasn't playing.
Okay. So he's still. I guess Joe gets a whole little dinner, or no, Frank. It's under Frank's name. So somebody gets the whole dinner together for all the guys, and I think Louis was invited, right? But
Yeah.
so
He'll be there, I'm sure.
I'm sure he will. Right.
He gonna show up
then-
late, confused.
So when
They
they
already
get there, all the men and husbands get their boyfriends, whatever they are, because some of them ain't nobody. They just exes or still removed. And they start talking about Louis. So there's some more allegations about this man that he slapped his wife and had sex with the kids. Did I hear that right too? Was that right?
That's what they said.
Yeah,
I
with
said
the
that.
kids was there.
What?
In front of the kids, not slap the kids too. In front of the kids.
I thought he
He just going around. Boom, boom.
Oh, he slapped the woman that had sex with the woman in front of the kids.
Not had sex with
Not
the
slap.
kids.
That's
He
the
just
woman in front of
slapped
the
the
kids.
woman. Where did that
Oh,
come
I
from?
heard, Chad. See, that's how
We about
rumors
to
get
get shut
started.
down.
My bad. I thought
This
he.
is how
I
you get
thought they
sued.
said that
You should have learned from Tasha K. This is how.
Well, that's why I'm asking the question because I'm not saying it's facts.
You're very Marge. You're very Marge tonight.
Really? So yeah. So these are allegations or whatever. They're all talking about it, and other Joe is just like, you want to talk about it tonight? We'll support you. We'll support you. Blah blah blah. You should talk about it tonight, but they don't know if Louis is coming. So then Bill shows up. He comes. And I love how everybody ordering Tito's. I'm like, come on, Tito's. That's my drink. And Joe basically, the first thing he talks about the message, and Bill was like, honestly, I didn't know if we planned or not, because based off how we ended last time, it seemed like if somebody's appropriate, not appropriate for you to say fuck me, but it seemed like something you would say because you was mad at my wife or whatever happened. And so Joe is just like, Jen crossed the line. You should have checked her.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm just like, okay, this is not going to go well. I thought Bill was going to blow up, but he didn't. And so Bill says that, well, Marge crossed the line. You ain't checked her. Marge went digging up this information about me. My wife ain't digging up stuff. And Evan on the side, Evan says, actually, she did dig up something. And they keep showing the same flashback of Marge talking to Frank. I wish they had some more evidence that Jen was digging up.
I need Frank to say something.
Right. Because
He gonna do it next episode.
Well, I don't know. I think Frank really trying to stay out of it. Like, I think he's trying to right here. I ain't in it.
Because you heard
that's
him
what the rest of
them
should do.
He was going to the bathroom. He said
Yeah, Frank seems like he don't want no parts. I really would like him to say what exactly the hell was said.
Yeah, but you know the thing is, first of all, if Louis coming, then it was already planned for Bill to leave because there wasn't no chair there for Louis. It was only. That's number one. So it was already.
You noticed the weirdest thing.
They knew that the chair.
But you know who really annoys me?
Tiki?
Like just grinds.
Oh.
Yes.
Tiki.
They keep adding him in these scenes, and he does nothing.
Him and Tracy. When he was sitting there, I guess he's supposed to have input because he's a part of the show. But I was thinking, Tiki, shut the fuck up. Him and Tracy. Every time they're on the screen, I want them to just go.
Bill showed up, did you notice Tiki was blitzed out of his mind? His eyes were going every different way when he got up to hug Bill. He was like, "Hey, what's up?" I'm like, "God damn, how long have they been there?" Tiki fucked up.
Yeah.
Jamie, was that a black scent?
Shut up.
But no, it really was. Tiki was too much. Bill, Marge's Bill is sitting there just stirring pot. Whatever.
Yeah. Oh, he was ready, child.
That's
he was ready. It was the whole thing, and then Evan was like, "Yeah, get the fuck out of here, bye." I'm like, "Ooh."
Yeah, I was Evan.
And you know what? I'm starting to believe that Evan is just upset because he was doing something and it almost came out.
Jen blew his spot up.
Correct.
He's mad at Jen.
Correct. I'm starting to think that maybe Evan did have some. It may not have been a trainer, whoever it was. It was somebody. Okay, because he's looking really guilty. Like I get it, you upset, but he's taking it real personal at this point, and I don't know.
Evan went from 2 seasons of never engaging, barely on camera. This season, he telling people to fuck off.
Exactly. He wasn't even engaging like this last year when he was under fire.
I'm like, God damn, Evan, welcome to the show. You've been hanging out with Joe too much.
Last year when he was allegedly cheating, he wasn't even having this much say so and stuff. And now that it's over, he got so much to say. I'm like, oh,
okay, oh,
I don't know.
All right.
Oh, not this Kanubi. Get off the stage now. But yeah, so that's pretty much all that happened in the episode. Any thoughts, child? Nothing really happened. The I would say the girls are fighting, but the girls are fighting. The other girls are fighting. Joe,
if I was Bill,
I want to Bill to throw a drink in his face.
Fuck off.
Yeah, I just Bill was too cool for me. For them going at his wife saying how she's a whore. I mean, I get that she did some fucked up things. Telling this man how his wife is horrible and she's a bad person, and prove to me why she's not a bad person. It's like, and Bill, you just got up and left.
I don't understand.
Protect your peace.
I just really think as a doctor, he doesn't want to act out on camera. I just
really
think
well, shit. If that's the case, his wife, he carried her out of parties. That's still a reflection of him,
right? I mean,
well, if you knew doctors' wives. If you knew doctors' wives, that's kind of how they are.
Normal. Look at Toya.
Well, I mean, that's Tacky Toya fighting at a pool. But that's just so, every single person at that table, their wife, with the exception of Tiki Barber, has gotten out of control, screaming, fighting. Fucking Joe Gorga and his wife were literally brawling with their brother and sister-in-law at a christening. Like, you're gonna sit here and tell my wife that she's trash? Like, get the fuck off! Like, go suck a dick.
Yeah, I think Bill needs to say more, and I don't want him to be on an island by himself.
At all. I like
the fact that because I like Bill. Bill is cool. They show flashbacks of him having a good time. But it's kind of like Joe runs that whole. The
other guys look at Joe as the top dog.
Yeah, Joe is.
He's been there the longest.
The damn New Jersey thing.
The hoagie sandwich.
Whatever it is, the pasta. He's holding the pasta. So since he's holding the pasta, everybody want to listen to him, and I don't like that. So
I don't like that.
He's the Teresa of the husbands. He runs the husbands. It's his show.
Right.
Him and Louis going as they progress. I can see him and Louis aren't going because I don't.
I want Louis to hand it to him. I ain't gonna lie.
That's what.
I want Louis to whoop his ass. I want Louis to whoop.
I don't know if he's gonna do that, but he ain't gonna fold with Joe because Louis and Teresa are giving me identical personalities.
But you know what, Louis
things that I've been seeing.
All these different martial arts, like he'll knock Joe out with one shot to the throat and Joe be on the ground.
Oh, Louis. Oh, yeah. Louis went to that damn camp. Louis went to that camp, that little retreat.
With all them men. Look, Louis got reinforcements. Them little 5'3"
Louis don't
men are
need
gonna
it.
show
Louis,
up.
Louis, no pressure.
Not a pressure point. He goes like,
Yeah. Effie said, Bill is still my favorite husband. Joe and Melissa are the mean girls of Real Housewives, New Jersey. They are. They very much so are.
Like Bill. Like Jen, but I like Bill.
TKC, there's a comment for you, Sam. You ready for this?
oh God.
They was all down at the restaurant. They was at a party.
Child, the power was out. They had no generator.
That too. But they're gonna climb. We not worried. Either way, she's still gonna get paid, so she good.
Oh,
well, they got a horrible show.
I just wanted to put it out there. I ain't want to leave no comment unseen. That's all.
No comment left behind.
The problem with that show is they got boring Salt Lake City leading into it. People ain't sitting down to watch Sunday night TV because of Salt Lake City.
Not anymore. Not after they fucked themselves up. But if OLG can stay in business after 4 years of failed health inspections and bad Yelp reviews, the show will be fun.
I thought it was Blade. I thought Blade
had
failed
if
inspection.
Party for the Party.
I think they both had a couple.
19,
well,
no, if
they both
Party stayed on for 19 seasons with 100,000 people watching it,
and then cussing ass
kids
children.
will be fine. Them kids even right. How did we get here?
I just TKC. Let's see TKC coming and trying to cause a division amongst us
between women. There's a special place in hell, TKC.
Okay, well, listen, I'm be honest with you. That's all we had to talk about. There is nothing else to talk about from this episode. It was very. If you watched it, I'm sure you felt the same. Demetria, we did talk about the pink party. You may have been a little late or having some low budget issues that you be having.
We talked about that pink party as many folks that was there.
Huh?
I said we talked about that pink party for as long as the people in attendance were there. 10 minutes.
Correct. It wasn't even
10 attendees for 10 minutes. Yep, that was a bunk ass party.
Okay, well, we're going to lean out. We will not have any call-ins today. I'm so sorry, but that's okay. I don't think we really need it. To be honest, we don't really need it. Save your thoughts for next week. It'll probably be way more interesting next week.
Right.
Or watch Real Housewives of Miami on Thursday, and I'm sure it'll be a very good show. Don't forget about that show too. We get a good amount of viewers, but I wish there were more because that reunion actually was the first part was really good, and this second part.
Is it 2 parts or 3 with Miami?
It's just 2.
It's just 2.
It's one of the better reunions we've seen in a long time.
Oh, not they booing because I said no call-ins. See, I said you ain't even calling in.
Tomatoes.
What you booing for? What is you booing for? Was you calling in to that TKC? Because I ain't seen you dial this number in a long time.
He giving those tomatoes to OLG. They need them.
Oh, they need
the other one's spoiled. The other one's
and we're gonna revisit this because when as the season progresses and ratings climb, I want you to come back up in here, TKC, and apologize to Candy and the gang. And me.
If he wanted to apologize, he would have wrote it.
Oh,
we're not there yet. The apology's not here yet. But I will say,
in the goal. It's okay. We're gonna just save that. So, come next week either for this or for Miami or for Salt Lake City. Okay. But yeah, don't forget, as I mentioned earlier, thank you, Jazz, for reminding me again to watch Chase's interview tomorrow.
Yes, please.
I'll put the link in there. It's at the Reality Rundown. It's on Instagram. You can find them on Instagram. I spelled this right, child. I put that right? Yeah, there we go.
The spirit of Teresa has possessed you.
Okay. Reality Rundown. And you can find the interview tomorrow. I think he said it releases at 8 Eastern. So find what time zone for you. That's 7 for Central and 5 for Pacific. Whatever. Check out the interview. Support Chase. And y'all make sure to like this video and subscribe if you haven't already. We'll be here again for Miami on Thursday and Salt Lake City for the finale of the reunion. Thank God, next Monday. And we'll be here next Tuesday for this Housewives in New Jersey. My voice going out, child.
Oh,
I know. Ain't that something? Give me a little
what
water.
Was you doing?
Stop.
What were you doing?
Y'all have a good rest of y'all night, and we'll see y'all next time. All right, y'all.